My name is Jutta Kivima. I work in the Finnish National Agency for Erasmus Plus and European Solidarity Corps called EduFi. I work there as a senior program advisor, mainly in the Solidarity Corps. My journey to the digitalization has started from the digital youth work, so for me it has been the basics. I've seen what kind of differences you can do with the digital youth work and how much there is inside of that. And as working in the national agency, we have a training budget, and I was really happy that I was able to support these activities when it was maybe not so big thing around the Europe. So I was able to gather a couple of colleagues who were also interested in this topic, and we started to do certain trainings around the digital youth work. So my journey has started there. I don't think that I am the expert in the digital youth work or digitalization at all. I'm not that kind of person. I more think that the supporting part is my thing in this digital journey. Digital youth work, how to define it? We have really the experts group of the European Commission has made the definition for the digital youth work. So inside of that it's online hybrid blended activities, but also I think the main thing for me has been that digital youth work is not something which is against of this kind of face-to-face, this kind of traditional youth work. So it's usually the complementary. So quite many times digitalization is the thing as that it will replace everything what is already there. So for me it's not. They are complementary to each other, so then you will get the best results of the digital youth work. Challenges in digitalization and youth work, there are maybe quite many of that, because if you tackle that issue, for example, that if you need to say what is digitalization, there is so many aspects, and it totally depends what is your background, what have you done in that issue. So maybe the biggest challenge in that is that where to start, and to understand that also take this kind of small step where to go. So you don't need to have everything at the same time. More focus on those things that you think is more relevant for you or for your group or environment, community where you work. So to start there, and not to try to have it all at the same time. Opportunities in digitalization, digital youth work, maybe think it from the inclusion part. As coming from Finland, where the distance are quite far, it is much more easier to find, for example, peer support for yourself from digitalization, so online activities. So that is like I think the biggest opportunity in there. In Erasmus Plus and European Solidarity Corps program, digital transformation is one of the 4 main priorities. So when we knew that will be the one priority, we started to think how we can collaborate and what we can develop under this theme. We ended up to have one project called Digital Youth Work. The concept behind of that comes from the EU presidency time, from the Estonian presidency time. In the concept conclusions, they were talking about smart youth work and how important is that. And Finland, when they had their own presidency time, they were continuing this idea and talking about digital youth work and how important it is to have strategies inside of that. Using these concepts when we were thinking that where to start this collaboration. So now the main thing that we have done during these 2 years has been that in this project we have done quite many researches. For example, of what has been already done in the different ongoing projects, what is there for blended hybrid online, what this means in the youth programs. This was a sub-project inside of this mother project. This was run by the Flemish National Agency and Salto Inclusion, and they made quite nice research out of that. Also, we had a couple of ministries who were interested in thinking how to add digital youth work into the youth work strategies and the national strategies. This sub-project was run by Finnish National Agency. Then Estonian National Agency has led the project which has been thinking what are the main competencies, what is already existing in the digital youth work in the different European countries. And they are now developing the competence tool so that we can all use it later on and find our own competencies. The Irish National Agency has been researching what are the needs of the young people that they are able to participate in the digital society. And last but not least, the fifth sub-project in this collaboration has been led by the German National Agency, and they have been now researching what are the national practices on digital youth work that is tackling inclusion groups. And we are looking forward to get all the results next spring, and then we will also think about what is needed in the future. So we think that we still continue with this topic because it is quite interesting and there are so many angles where to go. Digital transformation is quite wide thing. My main topic maybe comes from my background as a youth worker and a social worker, that I would choose the inclusion part of that is maybe for me the easiest part to understand and tackle in the digital transformation area.